Hi everyone, welcome to this module, Routing Between Networks Summary. What did I learn in this module? Go to the first tab, the need for routing. As networks grow, it's often necessary to divide one access layer network into multiple access layer network. There are many ways to divide networks based on different criteria. In the first is broadcast containment. Routers in the distribution layer can limit broadcast to the local network where they need to be heard. The next point is security requirements. Routers in the distribution layer can separate and protect certain groups of computers where confidential information resides. The next important point is physical location. Routers in the distribution layer can be used to interconnect local networks at various locations of an organization that are geographically separated. And the last point is logical grouping. Routers in the distribution layer can be used to logical group users, such as departments within a company, who have common needs for access to resources. The distribution layer connects these independent local networks and controls the traffic flowing between them. It's responsible for ensuring the traffic between hosts on the local network stays local. A router is a networking device that connects multiple layer 3 IP networks at the distribution layer of the network. Routers direct traffic and perform other functions critical to efficient network operation. Routers, like switches, are able to decode and read the messages that are sent to them, unlike switches, which make their forwarding decision based on the layer 2 MAC media access control address. Routers make their forwarding decision based on the layer 3 IP address. Anytime the network portion of the IP address of the source and destination host do not match, a router must be used to forward the message. The next topic in this module is the routing table. Each port or interface on a router connects to a different local network. Every router contains a table of all locally connected networks and the interface that connect to them. When a router receives a frame, it decodes the frame to get to the packet containing the destination IP address. It matches the network portion of the destination IP address to the network that are listed in the routing table. If the destination if the destination network address is in the table, the router encapsulates the packet in a new frame in order to send it out. It forwards the new frame out of the interface associated with the path to the destination network. The process of forwarding the packet toward their destination network is called routing. A router forwards a packet to one of two places: a directly connected network containing the actual destination host, or another router on the path to reach the destination host. When a router encapsulates the frame to forward it out a router interface, it must include a destination MAC address. If the router must forward the packet to another router through a router interface, it will use the MAC address of the connected router. Router obtain this MAC address from ARP tables, Address Resolution Protocol. A host is given the IPv4 address of the router through the default gateway address configured in its TCP/IP settings. The default gateway address is the address of the router interface connected to the same local network as the source host. All hosts on the local network use the default gateway address to send messages to the router. Routing tables contain the address of network and the best path to reach those networks. Entries can be made to the routing table in two ways: dynamically updated by information received from other routers in the network, or manually entered by a network administrator. And the last important point is create a LAN. LAN refers to a local network, or a group of interconnected local networks that are under the same administrative control. All the local networks within a LAN are under one administrative control. Other common characteristics of LANs are that they typically use Ethernet or wireless protocols, and they support high data rates. Within a LAN, it's possible to place all hosts on a single local network or divide them up between multiple networks connected by a distribution layer device. Placing all hosts on a single local network allows them to be seen by all other hosts. This is because there is one broadcast domain and hosts use ARP to find each other. Placing additional hosts on a remote network will decrease the impact of traffic demand. However, hosts on one network will not be able to communicate with hosts on other networks without the use of routing. Routers increase the complexity of the network configuration and can introduce latency, or time delay, on packets sent from one local network to the other. Webster reflection question: on my home network, LAN, I do not usually have enough network traffic to experience congestion, although it can happen when all my children are streaming different movies and I'm trying to upload a document to my work. Can you think of a way that I could drive my LAN into multiple networks? Routing between network quiz. Question 1. Which information is used by router to forward a data packet toward its destination? That is destination IP address. Question 2. If the default gateway is configured incorrectly on the host, what is the impact on communication? The host is unable to communicate on the local network. The host can communicate with other hosts on the local network, but is unable to communicate with hosts on remote network. The host can communicate with other hosts on a remote network. No, there is no impact on communications. Okay. Question 3. What role does a route play on a network? Okay, what role does a router play on a network? Forwarding layer to broadcast? No. Forwarding frames based on a MAC address? No. Selecting the path to the destination network? Connecting smaller networks into a single broadcast main? No. Question 4. Which address should be configured as the default gateway address of a client device? Which address should be configured as the default gateway address of a client device? Okay. The IPv4 address of the router interface that is connected to the same LAN, the IPv4 address of the router interface that is connected to the internet. Which address should be configured as the default gateway address of a client device? IPv4 address of the router interface that is connected to the same LAN. Question 5. Which device is used to transfer data from one IP local network to a remote network? Router. Question 6. Refer to the exhibit to allow IP communication between the two separate networks. What type of device is required? Is a router. Question 7. What is a benefit of adding a router within an IP network? Increase the size of the local network, keeps broadcast contained within a local network, reduce the number of hosts that can connect to the network, control host-to-host traffic within a single local network. Okay, and I translate this question. increase the size of the local network, keeps broadcasts contained within a local network, reduce the number of hosts that can connect to the network, control. Okay, okay. And question A. Refer to the exhibit. Host H7 send a packet with the destination IP address. Okay. What does router 1 do when it receives the packet from host H7? Examine the packet received on interface fast Ethernet 01 and does not forward the packet. Change the layer to header information and forward the packet out our connected interface. Check the routing table and forward the packet. Change the destination IP address. Okay, I need to translate this. Okay, question 9. What action will a router take when it receives a frame with a broadcast MAC address? It will not forward the frame to another network. It forward the frame back to the sending host. It forward the frame out of all connected interface. It forward the frame back out the receiving interface. Okay. Okay. Question 10. What are two reasons to install routers to segment a network? Choice 2. To limit the number of devices that can connect to the network. To expand the network to a different geographic location. To create smaller broadcast domains within the network. To reduce the number of switches. Okay. Which table does a router use to determine which interface to use to send packets to a destination network? Which table does a router use to determine which interface to use to send packets to the destination network? What action does the router take when it does not find a router to the destination network in its routing table? Okay, you scoring 92. Congratulations, you have passed the test. Okay, this is bad. Routing table. Okay, this is all for this. See you in the next one. Bye.